Hi everyone, my name is Nicholas, and if you're here, it means you want to learn how to better organize your model. This is a key step in ensuring reliable structure and maximum productivity for your model. In this video, we provide a clear, reliable plan for moving forward quickly and getting results from the very beginning of your work together. Let's first assume the model does not have an Onlyfans or Fansly account yet. At this stage, signing the contract is very important. The contract is available in my free Telegram channel, which you can access through the link in the video description. The model must also fill out the information form for her profile, which is likewise available in my Telegram channel. I will also give you the opportunity to get the full list of niches you can work with for your model. This is why finding a niche is so important. It will be the defining factor in your marketing. You will need to create a Gmail account for the model, which will be used for all the necessary tools and platforms. You will also need to create an OnlyFans or Fansly account at your discretion. To verify the OnlyFans account, you will need the model's participation and permission. Open a bank account in the model's name. Ideally, you should have access to this account to manage transactions and bookkeeping more efficiently. You can also create a payout account directly through OnlyFans. It is fast, efficient, and the fees are much lower than with Skrill. For media exchange and messaging, it is best to use only Telegram. It is much faster and more responsive than WhatsApp or other messengers. I personally work with all my models only through Telegram. You also need to complete several types of verifications, such as ID verification and similar checks. Now, let's assume the model already has an OnlyFans or Fansly page. In this case, you still need to sign the contract and fill out the model's profile. This is extremely important in order to create a clear persona around her. Of course, you must have the login details so that you can directly access the OnlyFans and Fansly pages. The same applies to social networks such as Instagram, TikTok, and so on. You must insist on getting access, but usually the model will give it to you without any problem. If the model insists on not changing the banking information and wants to continue receiving payouts to her personal bank account, you can let it go. However, it is better to create a second bank account for the model that you will have access to, so you can manage transactions, since this is more effective for bookkeeping. Next, clean up your OnlyFans, Fansly, and social media accounts by deleting low-quality content. In general, you need to do a full audit and make all pages as attractive as possible. You should also reconsider the niche, because agencies usually choose models who are not optimized for any specific niche. Just being a pretty girl is not enough. The model must have uniqueness and be able to attract attention. Be sure to run all necessary checks related to this model. From a marketing perspective, you will usually use 4 acquisition channels: TikTok, dating apps, Instagram, and Reddit. Regarding TikTok, you will need to train the model inside the app. You can guide her directly via screen share or live coaching to teach her how to create good trends and at least understand how the TikTok algorithm works. She must understand that what she does has a purpose, that when you ask her to do something, it serves a clear goal. You need to send her examples of trends in PDF format. The same applies to hashtag lists. You also need to work on her outfits. Explain which types of outfits are forbidden on TikTok and which ones are encouraged. You must also work on live shows. Explain how to create a good live performance, how to behave, what to say, and how to keep viewers engaged. In short, you're going to train the model from A to Z on TikTok so that she becomes as independent as possible there, and you can focus on other acquisition channels that actually require quite a lot of work. Regarding Instagram, you will need as much lifestyle content as possible: photos, videos, stories, and so on. In short, anything you can come up with that can be useful, as long as it is high-quality content that you can publish. It's also very important to have as much content as possible that is aligned with the specific niche. For example, if you build your model around the flight attendant niche, make sure you have some content related to that niche: travel content, airplane content, airport content, etc. Make sure you have consistency with the niche on Instagram. This is really important. If you find it difficult to get enough high-quality content from your model, you can use AI-generated photos. I will post a link under this video so you can use this AI tool to create lifestyle photos or simple body type photos of your model. This is very convenient when you need to send out content quickly. The AI is very realistic. It genuinely looks like real photographs. So there is nothing to worry about. Regarding dating apps, you also need as many lifestyle photos as possible to present the model in the app and make her look attractive. She can take selfies and regular natural photos, no need to overcomplicate it. Of course, you can also use AI for these types of photos, but you must understand that the model will need to approve them. Therefore, you need to prepare a lot of photos in advance and be ready for the model to check them directly on her phone. In this case, you will be using the dating app directly from the phones. Regarding Reddit, you'll have to work to find the right subreddits. There is a wide selection. You will definitely find subs that match your model. Don't worry. You can send a PDF file with all the content examples so the model can see what poses she needs to use. According to each subreddit's rules, I strongly recommend doing this because it gives her autonomy and she can work on content whenever she wants and whenever she can. So instead of just telling her, go do content, you send her pictures with examples. This is much more meaningful. Then, you need to go through verification on Reddit for each subreddit. Usually, subreddits require a verification photo, where the model is holding a crumpled piece of paper with her username, the date, and the subreddit name. So you need to be prepared for this. This must be done in advance to gain access to those subreddits. That is all regarding marketing content. Now we will look at the content that is used specifically on Onlyfans and Fansly. You will need 100 feed media items, content that shows different moods and different settings. For example, media in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the living room, in the bathroom, and so on, with different vibes and meanings. This adds richness to posts and to the feed, so it is very important to do this. Of course, you can mix photos and videos. Regarding photos and videos, make sure you only have hot content, not explicit sexual content. The photos must not show breasts, nipples, genitals, etc. Everything must be covered with emojis or simply be lingerie photos. This works very well. Make sure you have at least 10 different scenarios. Again, in my Telegram channel, you have an example script that you can use for structure. This can be extremely helpful and save a lot of time. A script is the illusion that you are sending media directly to your fan and that the media is created in that exact moment. For example, you have scenarios where the model is watching Netflix. You imagine that she is watching Netflix, chatting with the subscriber, and then gradually sending content related to watching Netflix, always with a little Netflix screen in the background. This creates the impression that this is happening in real time, but in reality, everything is prepared in advance. This is why it is very important to have scenarios prepared beforehand, so you can offer your subscribers as many stories as possible and get the maximum benefit from them. You can also prepare photos and videos for push media. This is very important. Push media allows you to send mass messages to all your fans. You can do this 3 or 4 times a week, and it will allow you to earn passive income without communicating directly. You will always have fans who will buy this type of push media. Don't worry, this works. Now you need to work on this using a strong visual stereotype, a beautiful photo that clearly represents the push message. You can start working on the content by asking your model to create 50 photos and 50 videos. Then you will need different voice notes to warm up the audience. In this case, you need audios that talk a lot about your subscribers' genitals. Ask them to send photos. Say that the model is very hot today, and so on. In short, you need as many different voice notes as possible to warm up your audience. It is very important to update these voice notes so you don't send the same ones again and again. Make sure you refresh all your content so you have a healthy rotation. You can, of course, send the model a PDF with all the details so she can work on it independently and know exactly what to do in the images and videos. To create content for your model, you will need the right tools. One of the key tools is a ring light. It helps hide skin imperfections and makes her skin look smoother and cleaner. You can buy it on Amazon. I've also posted a link to good quality ring lights in my Telegram channel. Every person who takes photos has their own best angles. It can be front-facing, slight profile, and so on. You and your model should find the most flattering angles so she can use them in her photos. This will allow you to create much better content. The background must be clean and neat. No trash, no dirty dishes, no random clutter. Ideally, the background should be completely clean and tidy. Use a good quality camera, for example, a good smartphone. It may even be useful to buy the model a new phone specifically to create high-quality content. Also remember to equip the model with nice lingerie. Most models already have suitable lingerie, but sometimes you may come across girls who do not always have the means to buy high-quality lingerie. In such cases, you can invest a bit to help them. Voice recordings must definitely be high quality, just like photo content. For high-quality audio content, you will also need a good phone. Avoid street noise, TV, or music, so the recordings come out clean and convey only the model's voice. You must take into account important aspects of working with the model, especially her mindset. Therefore, it is recommended to train the model a little so she understands your long-term perspective and her role in it. This approach is very important because once the model begins to think similarly to you, she will better understand your intentions and you will better understand her. This leads to better synergy in the team. So, train the model. Explain how she will function, how the workflow is organized, and so on. Make sure you use Telegram for communication. There is also the option to upload content to Google Drive, either automatically or manually. It is necessary to train the model so she understands the direction in which the project is moving. She must understand the reasons behind your requests. This is very important. As a result, the model is more likely to be consistent and useful. Be sure to train your model and explain all aspects of how she will work, while trying to make everything as simple and clear as possible. Try to plan content at least 3 months in advance, so you can make financial and marketing forecasts. Learn to schedule as much as possible. This is one of the most important conditions for stable growth. Let me remind you again why we need so much content. You must carefully explain this to your model. If your model asks why so much is needed right away, you can say that you are working on the foundation now, and later you will move on to marketing. Setting up the foundation takes time. We need more content to create a solid base and then successfully engage in marketing. And after that, you will be able to take a small break, and this small break will be well-deserved. Be attentive to red flags. If you notice that the model has many red flags, it is strongly recommended not to work with her or to replace her. If the model is unstable, for example, does not show up for shoots, loses sense of direction, cancels frequently, and so on, this makes working with her very difficult. If you notice that the model is always late, whether for school, meetings, or sending content, if she always sends content with significant delays, a day, 2 days, or even a week late, then long-term partnership becomes difficult. In this case, you cannot plan marketing forecasts properly. Therefore, working with such a model becomes extremely complicated. You can try to work with such a model at first. You can say, "Please make an effort. We need to make forecasts." But if the situation does not improve, then perhaps it is worth letting her go. If you notice that your model does not listen to you, for example, you send a PDF document with example photos that need to be taken, and she sends completely different photos, then there is a listening problem and possibly an authority problem. With such a model, it is difficult to count on easy long-term scaling. You should consider parting ways with her if she does not listen. If your model does not accept criticism and her self-opinion becomes inflated, if she categorically rejects any doubts or suggestions, especially about her current Instagram pages and so on, then you will also have to let her go. In such cases, it is impossible to improve her content, because as long as she does not acknowledge mistakes, no progress can be made. It is very difficult to work with a model who rejects criticism and may even ignore it completely. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget that in my Telegram you'll find the contracts, the scripts, the niche list, and all the tools you need to get started properly. Thanks again for watching, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next tips.